Muskegon 911, where's your emergency?
I don't know if it's emergency. I just got to work. I'm at the Exxon gas station on Sternberg Road. It wouldn't allow me to pump gas, but I just walked inside. There's nobody there. But it just is very suspicious why there's nobody here.
Welcome to Crime Chronicles Unearthed. Let's dig into the chilling case of Jessica Heeringa, a young mother who vanished without a trace from her late-night job. Jessica Heeringa grew up in a small town of Norton Shores, Michigan. Born in 1987, she was raised in a loving family with her sister. From a young age, Jessica was known for her kind spirit and big smile. In her early 20s, Jessica became a mother herself. She had a son named Zan with her long-term partner, Dakota Quayle. While Dakota worked construction jobs, Jessica balanced motherhood and providing for her family. By 2013, Jessica was 25 years old. To support Zan, she took on extra work as a manager at the Exxon gas station just down the road. Customers praised Jessica's warm, friendly service over her 6 years there. Though money was tight, Jessica still found joy in little things, spending time with Zan, going for runs around the lake. She dreamed of finishing college to get an accounting degree too, but her relationship with Dakota was strained from arguing. On the night of April 26, 2013, Jessica began her usual overnight shift alone at the Exxon station. Surveillance tapes from the day showed her running errands, then arriving to start at 4:35 p.m. as scheduled. Throughout the evening, witnesses saw Jessica working as normal. By 8 p.m., one friend stopped in to chat briefly before leaving. Then around 9:30 p.m., a plumber named Jess confessed his feelings for Jessica, though she kindly turned him down. Later that night, the station owner's brother, Rob, filled up his truck and talked with Jessica inside. Noticing she seemed upset, Rob asked if she wanted to come home with him, but Jessica declined and said she was fine staying at work. At 11:14 p.m., a customer entered the unattended store looking to pay. Seeing no one around, he alerted 911. Police arrived swiftly but found no signs of struggle, only Jessica's coat, phone, keys, and a drop of her blood by the back door. Meanwhile, a colleague had driven by the station with her boyfriend at 11 p.m. They spotted an unknown silver minivan parked out back with its doors open. A man in an orange top appeared to be rummaging inside repeatedly before driving off. Police reviewed security tapes, capturing the minivan leaving seconds after the witness sighting. A nearby store employee also told police he saw Jessica talking to the minivan's driver earlier that night. Composite sketches were made based on descriptions of the man depicting someone of light complexion in his 20s or 30s with wavy hair. However, with 15,000 similar vehicles in Michigan alone, no solid leads emerged from the widespread appeals. Naturally, Jessica's boyfriend Dakota became a suspect at first, but he cooperated fully, proving he was home with their son Zan all night without a car to travel in. Phone records supported his alibi. For over a year, exhaustive searches turned up nothing. Then, in February 2014, a new kidnapping occurred near Jessica's town. A young blonde woman was attacked late at night, abducted to her kidnapper's home, but released after hours of threats. The perpetrator, 42-year-old Brad Mason, resisted arrest when located, but was fatally shot. Mason had a history of crimes like a prior kidnapping conviction. While he lived opposite Jessica's work, no ties were found between the two cases. 2 more years passed until May 2016, when another young woman almost became a victim. She accepted a ride from a man in a silver Chrysler Town and Country minivan after her phone died, but managed to escape by leaping from the moving vehicle. Police traced the minivan's plates to 46-year-old Jeffrey Willis. Inside his vehicle, they uncovered a stolen pistol, matching the laser sight pieces left at Jessica's station. Willis was detained, but had no criminal record. During a search of Willis's home, investigators uncovered truly chilling evidence. Stored away was an entire room of pain setup filled with BDSM equipment like ropes, gags, and chains alongside drugs and cameras. Most shockingly, Willis's computer held folders on Jessica Heeringa and another local woman, 36-year-old Rebecca Bletch. Rebecca had been killed in 2014, just 20 minutes from Jessica's workplace. Forensics linked Rebecca's murder to the gun in Willis's possession, showing he was responsible. Further digging revealed Willis had been to Jessica's station over 15 times before her disappearance. Confronted with this damning evidence, Willis's cousin, Kevin Bloom, unexpectedly came forward. He confessed to helping Willis bury Jessica's body the day after she vanished in 2013. Bloom described arriving at Willis's late grandfather's house for a party, but finding Jessica already dead on the floor, bound with tape. The men then wrapped her in a sheet and buried her remains somewhere in the nearby woods. Though Kevin Bloom took investigators to search the dense forest area, no trace of Jessica could be found after 4 years buried there. In April 2016, police accused Willis of trying to kidnap a 16-year-old girl. She got lost walking home from a party late at night. Willis approached her in his van and offered to let her use his phone, but when she got in, he locked the doors and pulled out a gun. Thankfully, the girl was able to escape with minor injuries by convincing Willis to open the window so she could breathe. Authorities also charged Willis with creating and possessing child pornography in 2011. Police found secret video recordings on his computer of two 14-year-old girls living next door to him without their knowledge. The videos showed the girls in Willis's bathroom without permission. Investigators believe Jeffrey Willis may be linked to another past unsolved crime too. In 1996, the partially clothed body of 15-year-old Angela Thornburg was discovered near Willis's old high school. She was reported missing a month earlier. Willis worked as a janitor at the same school district until 1999, when he got fired for improper computer use. However, Angela's case remains unsolved officially. On June 21, 2016, authorities charged Kevin Bloom, a prison guard and cousin of Jeffrey Willis, with lying to police during the Jessica Heeringa disappearance investigation and separate Rebecca Bletch homicide case. Bloom had provided investigators private details not publicly known, but later recanted his statements. He was also accused as an accessory for admitting to seeing Jessica Heeringa's lifeless nude body at Willis's house the day after she vanished. Bloom confessed that Willis contacted him, saying a party was occurring and that he helped Willis wrap and transport Jessica's corpse to a pre-dug gravesite where Willis buried her. For these charges, Bloom pleaded no contest and received time served plus 5 years probation, while being required to wear an ankle monitor for at least a year. In December 2016, Judge Kostrezwa ruled there was enough evidence for Jeffrey Willis to stand trial for Jessica's kidnapping and murder. This was after 4 days of witness testimony in a preliminary hearing. Prosecutors presented strong forensic evidence against Willis. This included a folder labeled Vicks, found on his computer with a subfolder containing Jessica's initials and photos of her. More disturbing content on Willis's devices showed he downloaded real and simulated videos of necrophilia and murder. The judge felt this warranted a full jury trial. That trial was held in May 2018 after deliberating for 1.5 hours. The jury found Jeffrey Willis guilty of kidnapping and murdering Jessica based on the extensive evidence presented over several weeks. A month later, Willis received a sentence of life in prison without any chance of parole for his crimes against Jessica. Separately, on May 25, 2016, Willis was charged with the 2014 murder of 36-year-old jogger Rebecca Bletch. Shell casings from her death scene matched the gun in Willis's van. Photographs of bound, gagged women and BDSM items were discovered alongside the gun in Willis's vehicle. Police also found disturbing photos of Rebecca on his computer. Jury selection for Willis's trial in Rebecca's murder began in October 2017. In November 2017, he was also found guilty of first-degree murder and illegal firearm use. Willis was sentenced to life without parole. Specifically, Jessica's sister and Dakota had been warring for custody of young Zen following her death. The courts ultimately ruled him to live with Jessica's relatives rather than Dakota. Jessica's parents also became vocal advocates. Thanks to their efforts, a new law passed requiring overnight gas stations to install surveillance cameras. This aimed to curb further attacks and hold criminals accountable. To this day, Jessica's body has not been found in the dense forest despite repeated searches. Her friends and family continue hoping the truth will fully surface, while working to turn their tragedy into protective change for others through awareness and policy. Though the loss remains deep, their courage in honoring Jessica's memory through actions inspires many. This tragic case showed how deception can lurk anywhere, so vigilance and preventing isolation stay key. Lessons that aim to make such horrific crimes much harder to carry out again in the future. If you want to discover more dark and tragic true crime cases, remember to like and subscribe to Crime Chronicles Unearthed.